Nigerian Police has deployed a rather unusual strategy to refurbish its crumbling reputation and counter relentless criticism about its inability to protect the citizens.
Nigeria's police force is much maligned. They have put out a list of friendly tips to help you and I deal with law enforcement agencies.
Yes, they have. Tip 1. Do not resist arrest. Now, this is a tough one. The police suggest that even if you think an arrest is illegal or uncalled for, allow the arrest to take place without incident. Don't resist, or the face of can lead to harm, injury, even death. Get arrested and then seek redressal.
And on tip number 2, politely demand to know the reason for your arrest. This one I agree with. It is your right to know. Ask the police officer for identity proof, where he or she came from and where their office is.
Yes. But remember, the key word here is politely. That is, don't be rude, don't raise your voice, don't shout, keep cool, breathe in, breathe out. Tip 3. The police have the powers to search your body, clothing or vehicle.
Wait a minute. Search my body, my clothing? What are they searching for? And is it a female police officer that will be doing the searching or a male police officer? That one is a pretty tough one.
Well, you can just freeze and stand at attention and let them do their job, right?
Well, I'll leave that one alone. Okay, the police may ask you to undergo some tests like walking in a straight line. This is if they suspect you of being under the influence of alcohol and they have no breathalyzer on hand.
Yes, but if it's late at night, how will the police be able to see if you're walking on a straight line or not, since there are no lights on the streets, Gloria?
They will shine their little touch light on you.
Now, that would definitely blind you and make you walk, somehow. So will you automatically fail the test? I guess so. And away with them you go. Which leads us to tip number 5. The police may handcuff you if you're violent to show propensity to escape.
Remember tip number 2, be polite and don't run before they whip out their cuffs on you. All right, tip number 6, let the officer know if you have any health challenges after arrest. This is very important in case you need any immediate medical attention. For example, if you have asthma, epilepsy, high blood pressure, diabetes, or others.
A quick question. Does the police have emergency first aid in your car, or will they have a doctor with them? Because I have never seen a doctor with the police.
Interesting. Also, how do they know I am not faking?
Yes, moving on to tip number 7, demand to see the warrant of arrest when necessary. But this one has a caveat. Under the law, the police has wide powers to arrest without a warrant in many cases.
So how do we know which case needs a warrant and which one doesn't?
I guess if you ask, you shall receive, Gloria.
And if you don't receive, away with the police you go. Tip 8. Politely request that the officer allow you to call a friend, a family member, or lawyer of your arrest to avoid unnecessary apprehension of your whereabouts and your safety.
Will the police actually allow you make that call, Gloria?
Well, the key word again is politely. This should be your right as a citizen. You have a right to let someone know your whereabouts, that you have been arrested, and what particular police station you have been taken to. We live in unsafe times and we all need to be security conscious, even in police custody.
Tip 9. If the arrest requires the officer to conduct a search on you, demand to see the search warrant and comply with all legitimate instruction during the search. Again, this tip comes with a caveat, being that the police officer can search you with or without a warrant.
Well, these tips have quite a number of caveats to it. I'm getting suspicious of some of them. So that in effect means that the policeman does not need a warrant at all to search you. Well, I have one for them. Tip number 10. Politely request to search a police officer before he or she searches you. This avoids the police officer of incriminating you by planting items on your person to implicate you.
That's a new one, search the searchee. But will the police officer agree to be searched?
He will have to stand at attention and let me carry out the search.
Now, the key word again is politely. Moving on to tip number 11. Do not obstruct or interfere or intervene when a third party is being arrested. This is actually wise advice because you may not know the details of the charge against the person, so don't get involved.
Basically, mind your business. Tip number 12. Do not use your phone indiscriminately while being arrested. This is, don't try to take pictures and video recording of your arrest. You might just aggravate the police officer the more, and they could seize and destroy your phone and make your case worse for you. Be cool.
Tip number 13. Willingly follow the police officers to the station. This will show the officers that you have nothing to hide, and also it will eliminate the possibility of arresting an officer resorting to use minimal or reasonable force to elicit your compliance.
That is, don't let the police force you. Just follow them. Tip number 14. Every encounter with the police is an opportunity to learn more about them, your rights and your privileges. Learn to make friends with them.
The police is your friend, and they've shown their friendliness by releasing all these 14 tips. Be sure to adhere to them as best as you can for your own benefit. For It's TV Nigeria, I am Aisha Jibrin.
And I'm Gloria Jemwadi.